actually. Yeah. What's the difference, man?
Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper.
Switch it up.
From Africa, home of the diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we just set the law. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these raps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie, I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza. Oh, you stay with it. In the same city. I done been around this world, you can't think with me. Oh, you a wannabe, I'm what they wanna be. A well-adjusted free thinker, that's autonomy. That means I make my own decisions, boy, what do you do? I could spend a week or two out in Honolulu. And I ain't got $1 billion, but I got a screw loose to the people that see the world just like the news do. While you stunting on the block, you can invest that money, get funded by some stocks. I'd rather make a punchline than punch into a clock. Life is hard, but you won't change it just wishing on a star. Cause you can miss this like you in the dark. This beat is intimate, so you can really feel my heart. System built for us to fail, but somehow we all prevail. By the time I was 17, man, I thought I'd be in jail. Cause we moved up to the burbs and still get cuffed up in a cell. Most are blind to this world, but this world, I see it well. No, this ain't jump ball, you can't jump with me, ball and jump, man. Touch hands, we bout to bump, then better bang yours, cause I bang mine. This ain't happen overnight, it take time. You seen the Super Bowl, the cheat code. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too? That's the same time with me, it's game time, but with you, yeah, it's same time. Hey, keep playing around, get your head. Don't wanna live right, well, alright, leave you dead wrong. Hey, well, okay. I catch the dog, he getting the beats like it's Dre, like the money in the bank. You better play where it's safe. Told him belly fill his tank, run up to the next stake. I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the club. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slimy summer. Think the brown skin rookie see the.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philippine Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. On the Titans sideline, head coach Brian Callahan. The other side, you've got the head coach of the Broncos. This guy's come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year two together in the booth. Off we go from Denver. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. It's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
Oh my God. Now, a second down throw for Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdowns, Denver. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
7-0. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
Well, here it is. This is the moment, Mike, that he has been working towards ever since hearing his name called on draft night. He's put in the work. He's gotten the reps with the first team. He's had some ups and downs through training camp in the preseason. But it's clear, this organization has all the confidence in the world for this young quarterback to go out as the Week 1 starter. And frankly, the hope is he's the franchise quarterback for years to come.
The run on first down was good for 7, and it's 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap for Wolf. He's got a man here. That's Eric Eilman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That one good for 26 yards.
First down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Ward. Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Here's Ward. His pass caught. It's Chigakonkwo. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up.
Come on. Hey. Yep, bring it.
They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A gain of 1 yard. And the Titans first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Again, it's Pollard. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Trey Greenlaw in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Ward. And complete to lock it outright. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Ward. That caught Tony Pollard. And great determination as he gets both.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
A quick throw out wide, caught left side. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a long.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. He's got it at about the 8. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Check. They'll run here. It's Pollard. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up second and 1.
Second and goal.
Here we go, start!
Pollard. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
On third and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Cam Ward. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. Joey Sly on now for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Titans come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This fielded at about the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense ready to get going with their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. A run with Dobbins. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 18 yards. A great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, easier to convert.
This time the sliding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll give it to Dobbins. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Here's Nix to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Down the sideline. And he will score. Hey, Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. Broncos will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So, Greg, the Titans, this is one of those resets. Start over, 3-14 a year ago. You get the #1 overall pick, and now you've got a quarterback you hope can be your man of the future.
Mike, I'm not sitting here and saying I knew he was going to be the first overall pick, but I'll tell you what. Last year, week 1, I went down, proud Miami alum, to support them down in the swamp versus the Florida Gators, and I got to see Cam Ward play for the first time live. And when I walked out, I'm not saying I thought he was going to be the #1 overall pick and Heisman Trophy finalist, but I'll tell you, there's just a magic to his game. There's an ease, there's a composure, and everyone you talk to, he is the best leader. He changed the culture down in Miami, so now can he do it again with the Tennessee Titans team that's fallen on some hard times? Can they get back to competing in a division that's there for the taking?
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, Pollard. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That's the Pro Bowler from a year ago, Nick Bonito. He's got his first sack of the season here early in week 1. Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram.
You can see in the eyes of the quarterback, he's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. This is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. Ball to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Cody Barton. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The tackle's going to be made down at the... They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
16 yards.
16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down for Tennessee.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Now a screen. Here's Pollard. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get back? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
A run on 1st and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Titans. Taking. Sly now for the point out. The kick is good. And the Titans will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's Dobbins. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. It's looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Third, they need 8. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. Next, from the gun, on 3rd down. That's going to be intercepted. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
Well, but this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a league, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence, and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward, they have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge in the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. And we've seen him play franchise quarterback-level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Come on, come on. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now it's Ward. On the run to the right. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the first down.
First down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Ward. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready, set.
Throwing, Ward. And that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Sly's kick is good. And the Titans move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll start at the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title, but you have to remember 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
Yeah, it sounds crazy. When you mentioned 9 in a row, you think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fear come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking from a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers, the Broncos, or the Raiders. Do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just beat Kansas City or to just beat whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among the 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. That's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So, yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Stidham. Open man downfield, that's Ingram. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That's his path, and good enough for a first down.
48-yard line.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Tavondre Sweat there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Now it's Dobbins. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Back at the 48-yard line.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Final 2 minutes of this first half when we check in quickly with Scott Hansen. Find out what's coming up at the break. Scott.
All right, Mike. Yes, with 4 games going on here in the late window, we've got plenty of action from the early window to get you caught up on this opening Sunday. We'll have it all for you. Scores and highlights coming up in 2 minutes' time.
Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second. Talk things over before 3rd down. Shotgun. Ain't still. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. A return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? I think it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top 5 for you as we start 2025 here?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. You got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were a high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year. He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. This throw, right side, taken in by Ridley. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott.
Here's Ward. That one caught. It's Chimray DK.
pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the Broncos' 37-yard line.
Ready. One final throw before the break. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, it's Jimdique. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of I kicked a touchback and got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off? I can give you the ball at the 35. Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that is to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable terms.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If the game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come over them.
That's complete to lock it outright. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
We'll try again. It's second and 10.
Come on. Unlock it. Crack all lead.
He'll run here with Howard. And he'll get forward for a couple. Brandon Jones comes up with the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Okay, ready?
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down. Out of the gun, Ward. Man wearing 0, Calvin Ridley.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
That kick is good. And the Titans will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
A pair of first downs gives them first and 10 up at the 40. That is caught out wide on the RPO. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now a handoff, running right. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It will set up second down.
Number 6 brings up second and 4 at the 11-yard line.
Throwing is Nix. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
There's a run, and he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. And he's in. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. And the Broncos have taken the lead by a point here in the third. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return, here's DK. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over once more. You know, very early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
1st and 10.
Bronco switch. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
They run it straight ahead with Pollard. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, that's Cougar 19.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one.
Got it. Ready? Ready?
Off the bootleg, it's Ward. Now he'll run it. And he'll get about 6 out of that run before being forced out of bounds. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 4.
Come on. Come on. Hey. Ready?
To throw is Ward. This one complete to Ridley. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, Tennessee.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal.
Get it. 6, go.
Here's Spears. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. Setting up 2nd and goal. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Ready?
Spears. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out, so this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Okay,
Can the defense do it again? From the 1. 3rd down now, and goal. They'll run with speed. And no signal. Didn't look like he got there. He did not. And now, the tension mounts. 4th and goal. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Some extra bulk out there. They're going to roll the dice and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Cam Ward. Touchdown, Tennessee. And what an opener it has been for this rookie. That's now his 2nd touchdown here in Week 1. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Big 2-point conversion now coming for the Titans.
The Titans
From the gun, here's Ward. That'll be caught. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points. So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. And he'll work this one past the 25 to
28